Hey Fig folks, Jason here with Shift Games. Here today to talk to you about Reliquery. Working title, of course. Reliquery is for 2 to 6 players and it plays very fast, takes about 15 to 20 minutes to play. So what makes Reliquery special? Very simple. This game has no board. So much like minis games like Warhammer 40K and War Machine and those kinds of games, the real world, the real spatial arrangement of the cards on the table are going to matter. But what's very different here and super important is the imprecision of the real world. In games like 40K, you get a lot of hemming and hawing over, is that in range? Is it not? Is it over the line? Is it not? You're measuring things with a laser sight. In the case of Reliquery, we're putting that imprecision and it's working for us. It's working for the game. It's a mechanic that actually you're trying to deduce in your head. Is that the thing I'm looking for? I'm going to take the chance and see if it is. So let's show you how it works. All right, so let's tell you how to play Reliquery. Essentially, to set it up, you're going to take the card deck out of the box. You're going to shuffle it up. And you're going to shuffle it in 2 directions. So you're going to shuffle it normal. Then you're going to take half of the deck and flip it over and shuffle that in. And then you're just going to keep shuffling so that you then take the deck, you drop it on the table and spread it out with your hands and create a messy pile. And this messy pile right here, that's the setup of the game. All right, so what's on these cards? The cards are all artifacts. And the artifacts have whatever the type of artifacts in the center. There are 18 different types of artifacts, and there are 5 of each. Now, here I've got a gem, and here I've got some kind of loot. So, of these 2 artifacts, notice how in the corner of each of the cards, the 4 corners, are clues. And some of the clues match, and some of the clues don't match. Now, every time I find a gem, it's going to have the exact same 4 clues in the 4 corners. But in this case here, the loot shares 2 of the clues that are the same, the green magnifying glass and the triangle. But then the A and the B are different, and the Roman numeral 1 and 2 are different. So that is important because what you're trying to do is collect sets of the same artifacts throughout the game. Every player has, imagine, 3 bays in front of them. And on your turn, you're going to do one of 2 things. You're going to draft from this messy pile. You're going to draft either 2 face-up cards or 1 face-down card. So if I want to draft a face-down card, I can be like, okay, I want this card right here. Flip it face-up. What did I get? Well, I got a vase. Okay, that is now going to go into one of my 3 bays. At any time, your bays can have any number of cards, but there's only, here's the cheat sheet, there's only 5 of each, right? So if you get all 5 of a kind at that point, you're going to turn in that set for 10 victory points. And then that frees up the bay. Now I can move on. I could also turn in a set earlier. I could turn in a pair of just 2 of a kind. Maybe I'm going to do that because I see other sets that are maybe more abundant, and I just want to get rid of this and get something for it, get my 1 point, and then move on. So you're essentially trying to create sets of these. So let's say that these are my 3 bays, and I have 1 of each in front of me right now. All right, so let's see. Let's take this gem, for example, right? I talked about it earlier. It's got a green, it's got triangle, A, 2. I'm going to look around and see, do I see any gems, first of all, in this messy pile? Well, no, I don't. But what do I see? Well, I see an A over here. That could be the corner of this card, this gem that I'm looking for. I might see Roman numeral 2 here, but it's got a C, so that's probably not the one I'm looking for. Well, here's an A and a green. All right, so that's pretty close. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm basically going to use 1 finger. I can see a corner, so I'm eligible to take that card. I'm just going to use 1 finger and yank it out. Now, other cards are going to shift when I do this. That's okay. And look what it was. It was a gem. So now I put that into the bay with the other gem. You have to have the same artifacts in each bay. And I now have 2. Okay, well, that was 1 of 2. And what's the other one? Well, I see an A here. And I see an A here. That's a long shot because that's just 1 clue. It's probably not what I'm looking for, but we'll try it anyway. Nope, it was not. It's something else. Now, look, I have my 3 bays are already full of different artifacts. So I can't put this in one of those 3 bays. I always have a workbench off to the side where I can put up to 2 cards. I can't make a set there, but I can at least store something. So maybe I want to store this for later. Or maybe I just know I'm not going to go for the loot. So get rid of that. I'm not going to get any points for it. And now this one is in my third bay. Probably the better choice would have been just put it on my workbench for the moment, but I'm just demonstrating here. All right, so then on my next turn, I could be like, I don't want to take any chance with what's out here. I'm just going to take a face-up one or a face-down one, and that was a suit of armor, so I'll put that on my workbench. Then the next turn, I'll be like, no, I really want to get more of those gems, so I'm just going to go for the long shot. Let's go for an A here. Woo, that was it. That was a gem. Perfect. Now I got 3 of a kind, and you get the idea. At some point, maybe I say, okay, I'm ready to close out this bay. I'm going to trade in those 3 gems for three of a kind for 3 points. And they go away. And I freed up my bay, and now I am closer to victory with my new 3 points. And now I proceed with my turn again. That is the gist of it. The imprecision, the corners, the clues, you're basically sifting through this giant pile of rubble. Things are going to constantly get moved around as players are taking different things and flipping over cards and so on. And that's all part of the game, and it's a ton of fun. All right, folks, that is it for Reliquery. Thanks so much.